Welcome, and thank you for joining me today as we explore the Sky Mavis crisis through a strategic communication lens. This presentation examines the high-profile Ronin bridge hack and evaluates how the company and those around it navigated a multi-layered communication crisis. We'll look at the U.S. government's framing, how media shaped public perceptions, and the ethical responsibilities faced by PR professionals in the blockchain space. By breaking down each component, we can better understand how words, tone, and timing can influence trust, reputation, and recovery. In March 2022, Sky Mavis, the company behind the popular blockchain game Axie Infinity, experienced one of the largest cryptocurrency hacks in history, losing over 600 million from its Ronin network. This was primarily a technological and reputational crisis, and it qualifies as such due to the enormous breach of public trust and financial security. Sky Mavis' mission is to create economic freedom for gamers through blockchain. Their values include transparency, decentralization, and community empowerment. Their critical success factors are user trust, secure technology, and ecosystem stability. Public and media reactions were intense. Mainstream media framed the incident as both a technological failure and a threat to national security. Social media sentiment ranged from outrage to sympathy, often dependent on the audience's familiarity with crypto. Framing patterns consistently emphasized the company's vulnerabilities. The U.S. government pointed fingers at North Korea's Lazarus Group, amplifying fear-based narratives, while privacy advocates questioned the push towards regulatory surveillance. Developers were often humanized as overwhelmed and under-resourced. Hackers were demonized, especially with the link to North Korea. Users were portrayed as victims, and Sky Mavis straddled the line between being perceived as negligent or unlucky. In its blog post, Sky Mavis aimed for transparency. They portrayed themselves as responsive leaders, taking responsibility and implementing reforms. Their language focused on actions and commitment to security, which helped rebuild trust incrementally. Let's explore the tactical communication tools used or recommended. A press briefing, a short speech focusing on facts, company actions, and commitment to security. Press release, a journalist style statement acknowledging the breach, citing investigative cooperation, and explaining the next steps. Use of Twitter and Discord for frequent updates, maintaining a transparent and calm tone. Hashtags to include Ronin security and Axie recovery. Engage journalists like Lauren Shin and Joseph Min, and outlets like CoinDesk and Wired. PR Newswire and BusinessWire for credibility and tech reach. Include company logos, executive bios, explainer videos, attack timelines, and security updates in the newsroom assets. Using Barcelona principles, we set KPIs like sentiment improvement, social engagement, and earned media value. Measure with pre and post campaign benchmarks. The ultimate goal is to rebuild stakeholder trust, clarify the mission, and prevent long term reputational damage. Using Tim Combs' three phases of crisis, in the pre crisis stage, warning signs included rapid user growth and limited validator nodes. Preventive PR could have involved stronger stockholder communication and cybersecurity audits. Crisis response time, immediately rapid acknowledgement and suspension of the bridge. Ongoing media engagement include weekly blog updates, influencer Q&As, and AMAs across 2 months. Long-term trust, launch a security bounty program, reinforced validator network, and track KPIs like trust scores and wallet activity. In the post-crisis stage, reputation repair will rely on consistent messaging, secure infrastructure, and transparency. Tim Combs' 5 communication types: instructing info, adjusting info, reputation management, emotional support, and corrective actions. Now let's reflect. The U.S. framed the breach as cyber terrorism using charged terms like North Korea and terrorist financing. This elevated the narrative and justified sanctions. The Darknet Diaries podcast shaped a balanced narrative. It humanized developers while revealing flaws, creating a nuanced public impression. In an ethical debate, should developers be liable? Legally unclear, but PR professionals must act ethically, advocating for truth, accountability, and public interest in every crisis. Scene, crises like the Sky Mavis breach don't just test technical resilience, they test the integrity and strategy of communication. The U.S. government's legal framing, media's narrative power, and the ethical dilemmas faced by PR professionals all played pivotal roles in shaping outcomes. In the industry that often operates in regulatory gray zones, ethical, transparent, and timely communications is not just recommended, it's essential. The lessons from this case remind us that in the digital age, trust in currency and effective crisis communication is how we protect and rebuild.